looking forward to have a more interactive session where we can ask questions as I go. So one of the most important things was we've covered a lot in terms of how do I design, what tools do I use, and all that. But then what I feel all this needs to drive to is to say that we need to package what we've created and brand it properly, so that when we're trying to sell this idea or concept to a client, they actually buy in, not necessarily with money, but with emotionally. They believe in what you're creating. They believe that it will bring them the clients they want, and also that not only them, but you also believe that what I've created is actually going to attract clients. So just to put all this together is to say that the whole reason why we're designing is so that the end user benefits, but also the client benefits, because we're trying to make money at the end of the day. So yeah, that's why I was playing some music, just so that you understand the importance of branding. I feel it's not something you can necessarily put a word to it, but if you play the right music and you say the right words, and then you put everything together, that's when you're able to, tell the difference between I'm traveling in a bus, or I'm traveling in an airplane, or I'm traveling on the road with my own car. Those are different experiences. Sound plays a role. The feeling you have of sitting in the chair, all those things need to come together. So that's what I'm trying to explain, to say that in design we can also achieve the same things, and we achieve those things by creating brand guidelines. So I just wanted to, if people could just unmute, and then I just want to hear, maybe someone should just tell us your name, and then, okay, I see, we can see your name, but tell us what you do while I prepare the slides. I just want everyone to just introduce themselves. If we can do a quick one, just roughly what you do, and then, yeah, I'll continue.
All right, we'll go alphabetical order. So if your name starts with A, you get ready. We have Chifunio Jaguza. Kindly just tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Chifunio Jaguza. ICT intern. I think that's all.
Nice to meet you.
And then we have Daniel Damiano Elliott.
All right, I'm Daniel Damiano. So I'm a software developer freelancer. So I do such things: software development, web development. Partially, I'm running into hosting services.
All right, thank you. And then we have Daniel Mapala.
Thank you, right. I'm Daniel Mapala. I'm an ICT officer, but also I got more passion into data analytics and machine learning, including web development and also software development as full stack developer.
Amazing. The next one is Emmanuel.
Hey, I'm Emmanuel. I'm a second year student at Masters F5.
All right.
Oh, great. Grant Gomba.
All right, evening everyone.
Hi.
You guys can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, so, all right. My name is Gwan Gomba. So I have a background in business administration.
Okay.
I also got into coding about 3 years ago. So, yeah, I'm still trying to do that, and also run an organization here in Malawi which teaches people about Bitcoin and the blockchain. So I think that's it.
Okay.
Quite interesting. We have Jonathan Mwambe.
Okay. Next. I wanted it to be a quick one. Yeah. Is Michael?
Yeah, I do specialist.
Okay.
I'm partly engaged now in health information systems.
Health. Okay. And next.
Praise Color.
She just left. Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley itself.
Okay. So the idea behind that was to say, okay, we interacting, right? We're on this meeting, but then when you add a voice or a tone behind a name, it helps us build some level of like confidence or trust. So what I'm trying to get at is when we're creating a brand, it needs to communicate in that way as well. So we've spoken about lines, color, texture, contrast, we're communicating certain things there in terms of hierarchy and all that. But then now, there's also a voice and a tone behind a name or a brand. So ideally, what a brand guideline allows us to do is to properly outline these things in a way that it is repeatable. So for example now, because roughly just from hearing, most of us are in the IT field, there's some in more like back end, front end, it's business administration, and all these industries. How do you communicate effectively to all these people while still maintaining some level of consistency? It might seem difficult at first, but then what a brand guideline allows you to do is to put these things in place so that next time when you're trying to repeat the same process that you've created, you can achieve that goal. So most of us are in the IT field, so we already know that there's an issue of domain. You need to be well versed in a certain domain. If you don't, you get an expert to come in and then you interact with them and learn what the problem is, and then you solve it. So imagine you're trying to do that for a person that's telling you, I just like the color pink and I want my clients to just trust my brand and I want this brand to be the biggest brand in the world. It's like we're not really aiming at a target. We're just shooting now at words that someone has said, and that can be a very difficult task. But what I'm just trying to get us to do in this session is to understand how if you create a good guideline, you actually save the client money, you save yourself time, but also you achieve that level of consistency in your brand so that you can communicate to all these types of people with a consistent tone, voice, and visual appearance. So that's where those other elements come back in to say the colors we chose, the font we chose, all those things which are very important. But on their own, they don't have enough to do what we're trying to do now when it comes to branding. So it's just for us to understand now the importance of hearing a voice, seeing a face, and how you connect with that. Because at the end of the day, we said we are human beings, right? We are trying to empathize with someone else based off this statement here is to say you cannot understand good design if you do not understand people. Design is made for people. So I like to go back like someone who likes to repeat stuff to myself so that I get this concept in, because once you get that concept you can apply it in various things. Okay, so